This
Thank you.
is Voices from the Field with Jayden Mount and Katie Lively. We are here with Lexi McDaniel, an infielder. She's an Oklahoma softball commit, class of 2025. She plays for Aces Fast Pitch 18U, and she was ranked number 1 last year for extra inning softball. So glad to have you. Kind of just tell us about your journey getting into softball and now to being an Oklahoma softball commit.
Yeah, so I've lived in St. Joseph my whole life. I grew up playing like a little league, and like that's where I kind of started softball. Growing up, like I played a lot of sports. I actually fell in love with basketball first, like that was like my sport. And then over time, like playing different levels, I grew up with my dad coaching, and that's when I really like fell in love with softball. And so I knew that that's what I wanted to pursue. So we went to ACES tryouts when I was at the age of 11. So I started when I was quite young. And so I went there, and that's pretty much how I started my career and my journey through softball. And they have taught me so much, and I've learned and grown so much in the game through them, and been able to come to the point where I have been able to commit to Oklahoma, and it's been just so amazing.
That is
That is
awesome.
awesome. Yeah. So you mentioned your dad a little bit, but who were you most influenced by growing up?
Yes, absolutely my parents. Like my family, they have been there for me every step of the way. They sacrificed so much for me for whatever I wanted to try, or if I wanted to try a new position or a new activity, anything, they were always there for me. And they just always encourage me to be the best that I can. They're supportive of me always, and I'm just very thankful for
That
them.
is so sweet. Parents are truly the best. I love that. I love that they played such a pivotal role in your development as a player and as a person. So that's really cool to hear.
Yeah, that's awesome. Going into your senior year of high school, kind of tell us like the balance of your lifestyle with workout, school, travel ball, school ball, things like that.
Yeah, so I kind of have like a little bit of a unique way. So my high school doesn't have softball.
Oh, okay.
So we're like a small private school, so we're not have like a softball team. We kind of have to choose either volleyball or softball. So I play aces all year round. So I feel like that's also like a different story, and I've really like enjoyed having that process because I've been able to play with them through every season. I've always like been able to with them because our team is kind of like half and half. So we have some Kansas girls, some Missouri girls, and Kansas plays in the
Okay.
spring and Missouri plays in the fall. So I'm like actually able to play all year round, which is super awesome. I
Yeah,
really
that's
enjoy
nice.
that. Yeah. So
That is pretty amazing.
yeah, within and balancing both, I mean, it's like it's sacrifices that you have to make, but I really think that they're so worth it. And just understanding that I want to excel both in the classroom and on the field, and just putting in like effort and the work on both of them, I really think that it pays off even when you have to miss certain things. But I really enjoy the process.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's very
absolutely.
important for
Definitely takes
sure.
some sacrifice. Yeah, absolutely. So going into more of your recruiting journey, we have September 1 coming up with class of 2026. We really want to hit on recruiting and talking to people like you who clearly were very successful in the recruiting process, finding your college home and playing at the next level. So just tell us about your recruiting journey and what that was like for you.
Yeah, the recruiting journey was super fun. Going into it, you know, a lot of people can make it very stressful or overwhelming, and it gets your nerves and everything, like your blood running through your body. And I think the best thing for me was I was just gonna take it kind of at my own pace, and I was gonna be like calm and understanding that I was gonna end up at the school that I was supposed to end up at. So I wanted to have a lot of patience through it, and I wanted to kind of go into it with a heart of I know that God is going to lead me where I'm supposed to be. So it was a lot of fun. I had a great time like talking to coaches through my journey, and my first visit got to be at the University of Oklahoma. and that was just super special. I loved it there. We went to a lot of football games, or we went to the football game, and then we did a lot of tours and just kind of looking over the college campus and the stadiums. And I just had like a blast, and I immediately fell in love with it there. And so that was a really good thing for me to just be able to see and talk to everyone and the culture. And so that's where I fell in love with it there. But I would really say that just trusting that you're going to end up where you're supposed to end up, and it may take time, it may not take time, but it's a very fun process.
Absolutely. Yeah,
That's
that's
cool.
awesome. Kind of just you fell in love, like that was your home. I think that's one of the biggest things is finding where you're gonna be for the next 4 years because you're gonna be with those people more than you're gonna be with your family. So that's really important. Um, what was some of the things you did to get noticed? Maybe like social media, YouTube, things like that. What platforms did you use?
I used actually a lot of sports recruits.
Right.
So
Okay.
our coach had like it set up for us, and so we would just send the emails. I would try to send around like 15ish, 20, like if for a tournament, and I would just give them my schedule, and I would tell them like what I was playing, where I was playing, and all that stuff. And what I think was also super important was, just like posting on social media, maybe we're here this weekend, or like what you're doing, because the more that you stay in the forefront of a coach's mind, like that's super important, because everyone has social media these days, and all of the coaches have social media. So like the more that you post and the more that you send emails, your name keeps running across their mind, and I think that was super important through my process.
Can you tell us a bit more about Sports Recruit? I have never had experience with that. So, like, what is it, and how do you kind of get started in that program?
So it's an app. A lot of
Okay.
times a lot of times I could just do it through like Google. You could just go onto Google, and you just set up an account, and it kind of has like a bio. It tells you about yourself. And then it
Okay.
has your name and your email, and it has like all of your kind of information to go along with it. And you
Right.
just you email these coaches through it. It has their email that actually pops up if you click their name.
Oh,
And
that's nice.
so you can just send it straight through them, and it'll go through their email. And
Okay.
you can also upload videos and stuff of your highlights, or if you had a good hitting weekend, you could just show your like hits, your fielding. You can do kind of anything you want on there, and coaches are able to go in there and look at everything that's on your profile. So
Oh, that's really cool. I
Yeah,
know, like,
that's
I've heard of
awesome.
it, but I've never had anybody I know like use it. So that's really cool. That's awesome. That's good to know for
yeah.
anybody when we release this. Maybe someone will listen to this interview and be like, I need to sign up for that. So that's good. That's good information that definitely needs to be shared a little bit more. Um, so last few questions. What do you think you're going to bring to Oklahoma when you get there next year?
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go into it kind of what I want to be, the best that I can be, and I'm gonna bring the best version of me that I can bring. I want to benefit the team in any and every way that I can. I'm not knowing of what position or what role that I might play, but I want to go in there and I want to be the best at whatever role that I can be for the team. And I feel like I'm a very like hard worker, and I'm like very dedicated, and I want to go in there and willingly face any opportunity that's given to me, so I can be the best anything that I'm faced with, and be there for my team.
That's so good. That's all you can do at the end of the day. I love that. That's great. That's
Yep.
great advice. That's great to hear for other athletes that are going into college soon as well. That's all you can ask for. So that's really awesome. That's a good outlook for sure.
Yeah, I like how you said just any role, like you don't know what role you're going to play, but you're going to be the best at whatever role you're put. And I think a lot of people think that, oh, if I'm not a starter, like I'm not important. So I think that's a really good mindset to have going into college. So, and then what are you most excited for going to Oklahoma? And this does not have to be anything to do with softball. It can be culture, stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, I'm most excited for just the process. Obviously these next 4 years are going to be like some of the best 4 years of my life. And I'm just super excited to absorb any and every information that I can and every little piece, whether that be in school or be on the field. I'm like super ecstatic to be coached by this amazing coaching staff, and I want to take in absolutely everything that I can. And I'm really, like you said, really thankful to be a part of this culture. Like they have an amazing culture there, and it's built like in strong faith, and I'm excited to grow my faith as well. And I just cannot wait to see kind of what God has in store for both my career in softball and as well as outside of softball.
That's
cool.
awesome.
I'm so excited to watch you do that. That is so awesome. Well, we'll just have a couple more little games for you to play, and then we'll let you go. I'll do the first game, and Jayden can do the second. So I have just a this or that game. So I'll just give you 2 options, and you just tell me which one you prefer.
Okay.
So indoor or outdoor workout?
Indoor.
Batting gloves or no batting gloves?
Definitely batting gloves.
Conditioning or weightlifting?
Weightlifting.
Visor or headband?
Visor.
Gatorade or Powerade?
Powerade.
Playing in the cold or playing in the heat?
Oh, definitely in the heat. I'm not a fan of the cold.
Me neither. Day game or night game?
Night game. I enjoy those nights.
I did too.
Yeah, I don't like. Nothing beats it. And then what is your favorite uniform combo that you're excited to wear at OU?
I love the Reds. They call it like the championship Reds there, and I love the color scheme and everything. So
yeah, it's a classic. I feel like when
Yes,
anyone
for sure.
thinks of Oklahoma, that's like the uniform I picture every time.
Absolutely.
absolutely.
Same. Yeah. All right, we're going to go into the next game. It's called Hot Seat Questions. So here goes. What's your go-to pump-up song or pregame ritual that gets you going for game day?
My family always prays before a game.
That's awesome. Yep. If you could change one rule in softball to make the game better, what would it be?
The new rule about leaving early, I would say if it doesn't impact the play, then it should be okay.
I completely agree.
Like
That's yes.
Everybody says that one. I love it.
Yes.
Yes.
Everybody wants it changed. I do not blame you.
Yeah, especially like if someone hits a home run and with the bases loaded and they just be like, "Oh, second left early. You did not see that." Like
I know.
No.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, what's the most embarrassing moment you've had on the softball field?
So in California, there are a bunch of like hills kind of on like one of the certain fields. There's like little like bumps and stuff in it. And I was rounding first and I was like going hard for second. I just absolutely ate it. And it was very embarrassing.
Those are the best times though. You'll definitely remember
Happens to the
those.
best of us.
Yeah.
What is your favorite post-game snack or meal?
I would say probably Snickers because I just say that it's nutritious because of the peanuts. And so my mom will always get it for me. But other than that, if the games are over and we go to meals, a lot of times we go like as a team, and our team really loves hibachi.
Ooh, I bet that's really good after a long day.
Yes, for sure. Some fried rice and steak, yeah. And then last question, what is the most unexpected skill or hobby you have outside of softball?
I feel like I'm personally really good at pickleball.
Okay.
Like our team like went to play and stuff, and it got like really heated. It got competitive, but it was so much fun.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to put a bunch of softball players out on pickleball. I feel like that doesn't end well.
Exactly.
Super competitive. I love it. And then last question for you, and we'll let you go. If you could invite 3 softball players, current or past, to dinner for a night of conversation and advice, who would you invite and what would you want to talk about?
One of mine would definitely be Jocelyn Allo. I would love to pick her brain about hitting. I would love to
Absolutely.
kind of know her approach, her preparation, kind of all that stuff. That would be really exciting to see
Absolutely.
and hear. And then another one that I would say would be Grace Lyons. I've loved watching her on the field. It's been so amazing, and I would just kind of ask her kind of what drills that she'd do maybe. And I'd see kind of her outlook on fielding and her footwork and stuff like that. My third one, I would probably say Tiara Jennings. I really love to watch her play. And I'd also love to kind of see her outlook on how she goes about day-to-day life with balancing both college softball and her schoolwork. I think it would be really cool to kind of pick her brain and see what she would say about that. So
Yeah, those are some
I'd
good
want to
ones.
be in on that conversation as well.
Same. I mean, she literally had all 4 years were successful. Like she did not have a down year, and that's hard to do in our
Exactly.
sport for sure. So, yeah, that's awesome.
Well, that is all we have for you. So thank you again for meeting with us. We love getting to know you, and we wish you the best of luck in this next season for travel ball and into college next year. I know you'll probably be signing here in a couple of months, which is really exciting. So we wish you the best in everything that you do, and we know you're gonna be great at Oklahoma. Can't wait to watch you in those Reds on ESPN. So thank you for being with us today.